Now let's get to the race for the White House, where former President Trump has asked the Supreme Court to overturn a Colorado ruling last month that deemed him ineligible for the state's GOP primary ballot.
The ruling cites the 14th Amendment's insurrection ban and Trump's actions on January 6th at the U.S. Capitol. Trump's attorneys say the court should, quote, return the right to vote for their candidate of choice to the voters. Colorado's primary set for March 5th. Which is Super Tuesday.
NBC News correspondent Vaughn Hillyard joins us now from Des Moines, Iowa, with the latest developments. Vaughn, good morning. Of course, Des Moines, we're about to see the first contest, really, of this in just a few days here. So we know Trump will remain on the Colorado primary ballot for now, pending the Supreme Court's ruling on this. The Colorado Republican Party already filed its own appeal. But what more can you tell us about what we get from Trump's appeal so far?
Right. In Trump team's appeal here, they write in their filing that only Congress should be able to determine whether an individual is on the ballot or not and can be removed under the 14th Amendment, the disqualification clause, Section 3. The second argument that they make here is that Donald Trump, even if the court were to find that he is eligible and was an officer of the United States, and that the Section 3 of the 14th Amendment could apply to him, that on the merits of whether he engaged in insurrection, he did not. And so they lay out multiple arguments with the hope that the U.S. Supreme Court will side with them, at least on one of them. Of course, there is no timeline for the U.S. Supreme Court to take up this appeal if they so choose to do so. Of course, though, if they were to take it up and affirm the Colorado Supreme Court's decision, it would have far-reaching impacts likely far beyond Colorado.
So, Vaughn, it was just last week when the state of Maine, an elected official there, a Democrat, ruled Trump ineligible for the primary ballot there, citing the 14th Amendment. Explain to us the ripple effect this could potentially have if the Supreme Court does rule in favor of states that are essentially crossing Trump's name off the ballot.
That's exactly right, Joe. That's why I suggested that if they were to rule on this Colorado case, it would likely impact states well beyond Colorado, and that could potentially include Maine as well, because there is right now a patchwork of decisions around the country that are being determined by state courts. And in the case of Maine, the Secretary of State herself said under Maine state law, again, state laws are different when it applies to elections from state to state. And Maine, the Secretary of State said it was her duty to determine whether Donald Trump was qualified under the 14th Amendment and whether he had engaged in insurrection. And she made the determination that he had. And so she made the decision to remove him from the ballot. Now, that decision was appealed by Trump's legal team as well. We expect the Superior Court in the state to make a ruling by January 17th there. But again, this is where the U.S. Supreme Court is undoubtedly watching these lawsuits in other states. More than a dozen state courts are working through their own separate lawsuits. And so the U.S. Supreme Court is watching this closely. And if they were to make a ruling on either the Colorado case or the Maine case, the ramifications would more than likely be far-reaching, not just decisive in those individual states.
So, Vaughn, of course, we find you in Des Moines because the Iowa caucus is less than 2 weeks away. Trump has maintained a large lead in the polls there for months now. Any indication that these legal challenges are having any impact on his campaign?
Right. The legal is running very perpendicular to the political right now. We're just 11 days away from the Iowa caucus here. And right now, number one, polling does not suggest that the 14th Amendment disputes or also the 4 pending criminal trials against him are having any major impact on him. You see there in Iowa, he's got a more than 30-point lead right now. And anecdotally, guys, I'm not seeing the surge of support around any of these alternative candidates. I was at a Ron DeSantis event yesterday just down the road from here, and there was about a crowd of 60 in this Des Moines suburb. And for Nikki Haley as well, she was holding a rally in New Hampshire yesterday, and Chris Sununu, the governor of New Hampshire who endorsed her, outright said that they expect Donald Trump to win the state of Iowa. And Nikki Haley said that she's looking to correct the course that Iowa makes by pulling off a win in New Hampshire. So right now, this first caucus state here could send a clear signal of about the direction of this Republican primary ahead.
Certainly can. I'm sure we'll be talking to you a lot from there over the next 11 days. Vaughn, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.